On behalf of the Managing Committee of the Borivali Malayali Samaj and the Vanita Vedi, I wish all lady members of the Borivali Malayali Samaj a very happy Women's Day. 8th March is celebrated as Women's Day all over the world. This was mainly because in 1908, around 15,000 lady laborers, women laborers, staged a walkout from their factories in New York City. This was mainly because of 3 points: equality at work, equal salary at work, and voting rights. They were discriminated against men. This walkout, this unrest created a lot of awareness amongst women all over the world. This gave to various rise of organizations. Women especially started realizing how important it is to be treated equally as men. They started realizing the awareness of having good mental and physical health, education, and how they should fight against atrocities and violence triggered on them. Women started getting aware and spreading the word all over that how important their life meant to them. This gave rise to various organizations, and various issues were taken up by a lot of women, mainly in the field of business. Now we have very good business entrepreneurs. We have women who are very good politicians. We have women who are scientists, teachers, actors, doctors. Women have reached every height, and they have achieved in some category more than men. We have women in the space too. Having reached all these heights, it is very important for us to understand how important the physical and the mental well-being of a woman is. Today, on Women's Day, we are not having a program of entertainment. We have realized at the Vanita Vedi that it is very important to let our members know how physically and mental fitness is required for all of us. Due to the ongoing pandemic, there has been unrest amongst women in their physical and mental well-being. We are conducting lectures today by various people who are really good in their fields, who is going to talk to you and let you know how best you must take care of yourself. I hope you all enjoy these lectures, understand them, and follow all that they have to say. May you all understand carefully and follow all the principles and take very good care. I reiterate that it's very important again to keep yourself physical and mentally fit. We at the BMS Vanita Vedi have great pleasure in inviting Yoga Guru Mr. Amar Singh. Mr. Amar Singh is a world record holder for Kriyas and Pranayams. He runs an academy by the name of Sky School and Star Fitness Institute. This academy conducts classes for kickboxing, various types of martial arts, yoga, Zumba, etc. A lot of people have availed of this facility. Mr. Amar Singh conducts classes for women to defend themselves so that they can walk out strong and stout any time in the day or late in the night too. The increasing crime rate has been going on in the city of Mumbai. The Maharashtra police are the people who face a lot of stress under these situations. Mr. Amar Singh has been conducting classes for them to take care of themselves physically and mentally. He has seen to it that they undergo these classes so that they remain physically and mentally fit to take care of all of us. I am sure this lecture of Mr. Amar Singh is going to enlighten each one of us. Each one is going to enrich with this wonderful lecture of his. Thank you.
Hello everyone, Namaskaram. Today being Women's Day, 8th of March, I take this opportunity to wish all the lady members of Borivali Malayali Samajam a happy Women's Day. This program is dedicated to all the women folk, and especially thank to Vanita Vedi for giving me this opportunity, and I hope all the lady members will maximum benefit from my guidance. I wish you all a great health, lots of peace and harmony in your life. Shivoham, Adesh, Adesh, Adesh. Hi everyone. I am Amar Singh, Yoga Guru. Today on 8th of March, Women's Day, I came here to give you a one-stop solution for health-related issues such as puberty to menopause, pre- and postnatal issues, old age health-related issues, migraine, insomnia, and a lot of problem which is what you are feeling in your day-to-day life. So by yoga, pranayam and kriyas, how we can able to tackle up, how we can able to resolve all the problems what is happening in our life, our emotions, our mental stress, how we can control. So we have some, I've shown some of the demonstration of my yoga kriyas that is Kapalbhati, Nadi Shuddhi, Anulom Vilom, Shunya Kriya, and some of the breathing technique what we can use in our day-to-day life to get ourselves energized and to get rid of all the problems whatever we are facing in our day-to-day life. So women, be ready to learn something different which will really help you out in your day-to-day life problem. We have started with the first pranayam, Kapalbhati. So Kapalbhati is what actually the first pranayam what I have done is Kapalbhati. Today I have shown you basic of Kapalbhati from beginning to intermediate to advanced level. So one should, a person who is doing Kapalbhati, what he should what he should do and what he shouldn't. So we will start with the Kapalbhati exercises. First of all, Kapalbhati, what it is? Kapalbhati in Sanskrit is called skull shining exercise. Kapal means skull and Bhati is regulating air in your body. So Kapalbhati, by doing Kapalbhati, you can get rid of a lot of problems, which is stress management, high blood pressure, even sugar, obesity. This is one of the best exercise you can do it. If you really want to lose weight, so Kapalbhati is one of the best exercise to get rid of the extra belly fat what you have. Even if you're having a heart problem, you can use Kapalbhati exercises. This is a very good pranayam, but you have to ensure before doing Kapalbhati, you should know what is the limitation of it. If you are having a heart problem, you should not do any of a Kapalbhati exercises in faster mode. Means when you're doing Kapalbhati, you should be very calm, slow and gentle. You should not go on a rush, because doing Kapalbhati exercises, like doing it forcefully, can give you a lot of body damage, a lot of problem in your body. During pregnancy, you should not do Kapalbhati in a faster way because it will increase heat in your body. Even if you are in a menstrual period time, on that occasion you should not do Kapalbhati on a faster way. You can do the Kapalbhati in a very simple and easy way, because that will increase heat in your body. Kapalbhati always increase heat. So that is why it is good for immunity, for increased immunity in your body. But during menstrual time, during pregnancy, if you have a heart problem, you have lungs problem, you should do Kapalbhati in a very simple and easy way. You should not go on a rush. So the first pranayam what we have done is Kapalbhati. You should the video is in front of you. You can follow it step by step, and breathe in and breathe out should be very slow and gentle. Should not go on a rush. I am telling you again a same point. Okay. Now the second point, the second pranayam is Nadi Shuddhi. Nadi Shuddhi is a combination of two breathing exercises. One is Chandra Bedan, one is Surya Bedan. Surya Bedan is from the right nostril, Chandra Bedan is from the left nostril. So one should always remember this concept of Nadi Shuddhi. He should be very calm and very gentle with the breathing. He should not do the breathing exercise so fast, because you have to control your Surya Nadi and Chandra Nadi. Surya Bedan and Chandra Bedan you have to regulate, and Nadi Shuddhi is very good exercise to regulate both the breathing, both the nostril, because as I've already told you, your right nostril belongs to Surya, your left nostril belongs to moon. So you have to regulate both the nostril breathing. So for that, if you go to Nadi Shuddhi, this is one of the best exercise to give you relaxation to your mind, and this is one of the best exercise to give relief from your spinal problem, to give relief from your neurological problem, the basic. If one is having neurological problem, like related to anything, this is one of the best exercises which regulate your breathing. As your right nostril is Surya, your left nostril is Chandra. So this is the good exercise to give peace in your body. You want to go in a meditative way, you have to start doing Nadi Shuddhi Pranayam. The third pranayam what we have done is Anulom Vilom, taking breath from the left nostril, giving to the right, taking again breath from the right nostril and give it to the left, like from Chandra to Surya, from Surya to Chandra. So Anulom Vilom, this is one of the best pranayam to give you a strong immunity. If you want to build your immunity, you can follow this pranayam. The limitation is the same. If you are having a heart problem, or you are pregnant, or you have any severe breathing disorder like asthma, you should go very slow and gentle. You should not go on a rush. I'm telling you again and again. If you're following pranayam, you always should be your body, your breathing should be very easy and calm. Don't pull whenever you breathe in, whenever you breathe out. Don't pull your body, don't stress your body. You should be very calm. The flow of breath should be very easy, so that you will get the maximum benefit of pranayam. We have done 3 pranayam. One is Kapalbhati, Nadi Shuddhi, Anulom Vilom. Then we have done Shunya Kriya. Shunya Kriya is something what not everyone can do it. So we don't give more force to the Shunya Kriya. But yes, you can regulate your breathing by just take in, hold for 3 count. You can't go for 3 seconds. So that will be 1, 2, 3. That 3 count will be more than enough. Then release your breath easy. Again, slowly breathe in, slowly breathe out. So this will be like when you regulate your breath, your capacity, your diaphragm capacity will increase more. It will take more oxygen, and your body, your oxygen will supply to the brain. So if anyone is having neurological problem, who is having less amount of oxygen to their body, so by doing this pranayam, you will get a maximum benefit. And one more thing I want to tell you, friends, the benefit of all the pranayams, is from a small child who is 5-year-old till you're standing on your feet. It means till you are alive. So pranayam is one of the best way to get rid of major problem in your body. Pranayam means breathing. You should regulate your breathing. You should give your breathing a disciplined way, a channel to breathe in and breathe out. You should give channel to the breath in your body, which will really help you to clean your nasal tract, right? Your nostril, your throat, your heart. Your heart will be good. Your diaphragm will be good. You will get more energy. Even if you are depressed, pranayam is one of the best exercise to get rid of depression. Some of them are asking, many times people ask me, sir, do you have any exercises to get rid of depression? Because many of the time, because of workload, because of house problem, because of pressure nowadays, as we have seen, all that lead to depression. So what is the best exercise to get rid of depression, to get rid of your angerness, to get rid of your problems in your day-to-day life? Pranayam is one of the best exercise, I'm telling you again. So what we have to follow is Kapalbhati, Nadi Shuddhi, Anulom Vilom, and breathe in, breathe out. It's a simple way of breathe in and breathe out. Okay? Purak, Kumbhak, Rechak, the 3 star. Breathe in, hold, 3 count, 3, 2, 1, breathe out. This is the best way to get rid of all the maximum problem what a woman is facing in her day-to-day life, because woman life is a very hard life. No one can ever think of the problem what a woman face, because from morning she has to take care of her family. Like if she is not married, she has to take care of her mother, father, brother, and a lot of relation around her. If she got married, then the burden is double. She has to take care of two families, one of herself and one of her husband family. And once she got old, she has to take care of three families, her mother family, her family, and a person who is coming to her house. Means if she is having a boy, he got married, the third family. If she is having a girl, then she got married, then the third family. So after getting more older and older, she is getting more trouble, more headache and more pressure on her body. So getting a woman body is not at all an easy task. So you have to take care a lot, because if you are not well, you can't take care of your family. The first thing is you have to take care of yourself. So doing pranayam is the best thing what you can give to your body. And now how much time you can do pranayam? See, basically when you start, that time you should not go on a rush. You can do pranayam for 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, 5 minutes is more than enough. Gradually, when you will understand the way of doing exercise, how pranayam works in your body, slowly you can start from 2 minutes to 5 minutes to 10 minutes to 15 minutes. So maximum time you can do a single pranayam like Kapalbhati is 15 to 20 minutes also. Nadi Shuddhi, Anulom Vilom, you can go for every pranayam, you can go for 10 to 15 minutes. But when you start something, you have to go slowly and steady. Like 2 minutes for Kapalbhati, 2 minutes for Nadi Shuddhi, 2 minutes for Anulom Vilom. So that 2 minutes will increase every day by day. Every day you should increase your strength of your breathing, and believe me, really you will get a very good benefit from just by doing pranayam. So basically I'm forcing everyone to at least do pranayam if you are not able to do any exercise in your day-to-day life. Because if you're moving your body from morning to evening, anyhow you will get some of the movement of the body, but what you're giving in, what you inhale from morning to evening is just air, right? By doing every work, your inhale and exhalation is keep on going. So what you inhale is air, and what you exhale is the same thing what you got in. So how to purify that inhale and exhalation is just by the mode of
Now let me introduce you to Mr. Chandrakant Kotian, who is a chartered accountant by profession. Mr. Kotian is a fitness freak and is a marathon runner. He has run the Mumbai Marathon around 16 times, 9 times the 42 kilometers and 7 times the 21 kilometers. He is also a food critic. He has covered eateries and food joints in Mumbai Times. He writes on current events too. He has written in Midday and in the afternoon newspaper. Mr. Chandrakant Kotian is a multitasking guy. Today, he is going to play the role of a nutritionist for all of us. He is going to tell us how well we could contain our body, how well we should take care of our health. The role of a nutritionist is so good for all of us because in a stressed society, we go overboard. Because of stress, we try to overindulge in ourselves. He has explained very well in his lecture how well we can make the best use of all the things available, and we can, through his lecture, avail all the nutritional values from him and make our life more healthier and simple. I hope you enjoy his lecture. Thank you.
Hello friends, my name is Chandra. The full name is Chandrakant Kotian. You can call me Chandra. and today we are going to discuss about the fundamentals and principles of health management and weight management. And what we're going to do is I have got a few slides to share, and I will just discuss the at a macro level the principles. So once you understand the concept of the weight management and health management, I'm sure this will add a lot of value in you if you try to implement it. And everyone is very intelligent enough to implement, I'm very sure. So try to understand the fundamentals and concept. That is very important. So let's start the slide. The first slide is called normal life period. Now, every human being has got a lifespan of around, we need to understand that it's got a lifespan of around 100 to 120 years. Yes, it's 100 to 120 years. Basically, people typically think, once we retire at the age of 58 or 60 and you just take a remote, I'm going to retire, put your feet up, watch some TV. No, we need to be active till we are alive. We need to be fit for life. That's the idea. We need to be as fit as possible till the time we are alive. So, first of all, have it in mind that at least 100 to 120 years one need to be fit and till you live, right? Up to 100 to 120 years. And this is provided you eat the right kind of food and you do the right kind of exercise. Okay? So the caveman concept I've written here is basically when Adam and Eve used to exist, and those days when Adam used to be very active in terms of hunting food and also climbing the trees and taking some vegetables and fruits and vegetables, whereas Eve used to take care of the kids without any kitchen equipment and stuff like that. So they were all active physically and they lived a long life also. Okay, the next slide. The fundamentals of weight management. Two things you need to keep in mind: that it's very easy to lose weight. It's very easy. When I say easy, right? Easy in the sense, once you have discipline, it becomes very easy. So make up your mind, set your target, and have a plan, and go for it. That's about it. You need just as discipline and follow a simple diet, and you'll be successful. And it's only up to us to make up your mind mentally. The mindset is very important. It's basically applicable to anything in any walk of life. You take any project, you take any target, you take any goal, you need to have your mind prepared, right? So mentally, be ready. So next slide talks about calories. Now we need to understand what calories is, right? We all say, calorie, we have to lose calories, we have to lose weight. So typically, you please understand that a man requires at least 1,800 calories a day, and a woman will require around 1,400 calories a day. Okay. Now, I would like to give a small example to understand calories better. If you go to a McDonald's outlet for a meal, for a happy meal, they say, which has got a burger, veg burger or non-veg burger, and French fries. You have a Coke, and you have a softy ice cream, whatever. This particular full meal will is around 1,000 to 1,100 calories, right? Now, to understand more calories much better, if you want to lose 1 kg of weight, we need to burn at least 7,000 calories. Now, if happy meal of a McDonald's is around 1,100, you go to like 7 times to a McDonald's outlet, you'll put on 1 kg, like 1,100 into 7, right? 7,000 calories, odd. So that is 1 kg. So it's so easy to put on weight. Just go to McDonald's 7 times and you'll put on weight for 1 kg. Whereas to burn 1 kg, you need to lose 7,000. How do you lose 7,000 calories? So when you run 1 kilometer, you lose around 70 calories. Only 70. So you need like 100 kilometers to lose 7,000. You understand? So that's the effort we have to put. So I'm not trying to discourage you. What I'm trying to encourage here is basically focus more on the food, control your food, and your 70-80% job is done. Because losing weight and controlling your health also is more of controlling your diet. And people do a mistake of they focus on the workout. I've run to the gym and will run. They don't focus on they think that today I've ran, today I've worked out, I can eat more. No, you need to eat right, and then you work out. Then you can burn the candle from both the ends. Okay, so next one. This is the basic fundamental of right eating. Now, this concept is the universe is, we all know, is made of more than 70% water, right? The rest is land. Our body is made of more than 70% water. Therefore, whatever food we need to consume need to have at least more than 70% water content. Now, which food has got more than 70% water content? They are your fruits and vegetables. Like your fruits, you can make a juice out of it, right? You can make a juice out of watermelon, of papaya or apple, even including palak juice or whatever. So vegetables and juices have got more than 70% water content. These are the food which will ease your system than harm your system. So any food item used, when you see, you should be able to know about, yes, this particular item is going to harm me or ease my system. So the best bet is focus on these items. Most of your food what you eat during the day should be this, and only moderation should be like, can you make a juice out of pizza? Can you make a juice out of sea kebab? No, right? So those items are to be in moderation, ultra moderation, and these items like fruits and vegetables has to be more. Okay. Okay, the calorie count again. Just want to give some basic examples of how much calories do you lose while walking, how much calories do you lose by running, and how many calories do you lose while cycling. Now, 1 hour of walk you will lose around 160 calories. Running, you will lose around from 500 to 750 per hour if you run per one hour, depending upon the speed at which you run. The speed would be 8 kilometers per hour, or it could be 10 kilometers per hour, or 12 kilometers. It depends on that. 500 to 750 calories you will burn by running 1 hour, and by cycling you will burn around 360 calories. Okay, at the speed of 15 kilometers per hour. Okay. Next fundamental is principle is food is medicine. That's very important. You eat the right kind of food, you won't need any medicine. Okay. There's in Tamil they say Unnaya Marandu, in Marathi they say Jevani Aushadai. So you eat the right kind of food, you don't need medicine. You eat wrong kind of food, you need medicine, right? So if you stick to the good food principle, people get indigestion and yeah, मैं बाहर खाया, I've had this food poisoning and I had deep fried stuff too much. So you know what you have done wrong. So if you eat the right food, no need of medicine. So there are so many cases where when we have heard, some oldies and great grandfather's tales where some people have lived for 90, 95, not fallen sick at all. They don't have any fever throughout their life. So so this is the most important basic principle. And again, the next slide will talk about to lose weight. I just give one example of how does one lose weight. It's very simple mathematical equation, which is you consume. You basically burn calories more than what you consume, right? If you burn calories more than what you consume, it has to be you lose weight. Now, how do you burn more calories? I'll give another small example. Is I told you earlier that a man requires around 1,800 calories, right? Now, suppose this is Mr. A, who requires 1,800 calories per day, typically consumes daily around 3,000 calories instead of 1,800. So how much excess is consuming? 3,000 minus 1,800, that is 1,200 calories he is consuming on a daily basis extra, which is nothing but 170 grams per day. Now if he doesn't work out at all, he's like sitting at home and watching TV, couch potato, eating 3,000 calories, he's going to put on 170 grams per day. Imagine what will happen, right? So you keep on. So we need to burn the calories, or the best bet is, instead of consuming 3,000, first thing you cut that 1,200, come to 1,800, but don't go below 1,800. You need to consume minimum 1,800, you should have that, otherwise you will fall sick. So the idea is to, instead of 3,000, cut that 1,200 excess, eat 1,800, and then do a small workout. You are set. I hope I'm clear on this, right? So next slide, ideal weight. Now what's the ideal weight? A very simple way to calculate a man's weight and a woman's weight, ideal weight of a man and a woman. So let's address the man first. First of all, get your height in terms of centimeters. Now, suppose a man weighs his height is around 175 centimeters. Okay, so if it is 175 centimeters, just deduct 100. Whatever your height in terms of centimeters, I'm giving an example of 175 minus 100, 75. 75 kgs should be, in terms of kgs, will be your ideal weight for a 175 centimeters height wala man. For a woman, instead of 100, just use 105. If a woman, for example, is 165 centimeters in height, you deduct 105, right? You deduct 105. 60 kg should be your ideal weight. Simple. Just centimeters minus 100 for male, centimeters minus height in centimeters minus 100 for a male, height in centimeters for a woman minus 105 will be your ideal weight. That's it. Okay. Normal excuses. Now we have heard about excuses like who wants to live for 100 years? 100 साल जी के कौन क्या करेगा? You know, the idea is not about 100 साल जी के कौन क्या करेगा. The idea is to be fit for life. Whatever life you are living, whatever life you'll be alive, you need to be fit for that period. Nobody wants to be bedridden. Nobody wants to be, taken care of by 2-3 more people, dependent on family members, etc. Right? So you need to be fit for that life. Fit, I agree. Some people say, "क्या कल मरने वाला है, छोड़ना." That may happen. That's all fate. We all agree. But whatever is in our hands, we should be doing that. So that's the point. So let's not have any excuses of, Okay, the next one, importance of exercise. I also addressed this Adam and Eve hunting days already in my early slide. Use it or lose it. This is a phrase wherein basically talking about you have to use your body, you have to move your body for at least an hour a day. You have to use your hands and your legs. If you don't use your hands or legs, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. As in, if you don't use your hand, if you're not doing any workout, you'll end up having a frozen shoulder. If you don't use your legs, you'll end up having your knee replacement done. You'll end up having arthritis and whatever, joint pain, etc. So the thing is you have to move your body at least 5 to 6 days a week for 1 hour a day. Go to the next slide. It's called balanced diet. Now, balanced diet. I want to make you understand what is a balanced diet. Your food basically, we have all learned this in school, I'm sure, but we don't register it in the long term. So your food basically should comprise of carbohydrates, protein, fiber, and fat. So what is the percentage typically should be? So around approximately 40% should be carbohydrates. What is carbohydrates? Your rice, your roti, your bread. So carbohydrates 40%, 30% should be protein. What's your protein? Is your dal or various forms of dal, your rajma, your chole, or could be a chicken, fish, eggs. And then you have fiber. Fiber is your vegetables and fruits, and then 10% is fat is also required in terms of a little bit of oil and ghee. Right? Now items like fruits and salad should be a part of your diet, irrespective of whether you are a overweight guy or a underweight woman, irrespective of whether you're young or a old person, right? So fruits and vegetables these basics should not change. The basics won't change, right? They should have irrespective of who you are and what you are and how much weight you weigh, etc. Right? The next is customized diet. Based on this, whatever principles we have discussed, you can easily customize a diet yourself. If you need help, you can just call anybody and for guidance, or you can call me. You can chart a diet for you, and depending upon the your eating habits, depending upon the access of food that you have in the office, access of food that you have in terms of facilities at home, etc., etc. Okay, so it all depends. The diets change for every individual. The next concept is of white poison. When I say poison, it's not poison, but basically we need to have this type of food items in moderation, in ultra moderation. So 5 white poisons, what are they? Salt, sugar, white flour, milk, and rice. Now, salt is the silent killer. Now, salt is required for a human being to regulate the blood pressure. But then, what happens if you have excess salt? It actually disturbs your blood pressure, and it can go haywire and could go high blood pressure, hypertension, and stuff. So, salt per se is good. Suppose you would make your breakfast and your lunch and dinner, you put a little bit of salt while cooking, fair enough. That's where we should stop. What happens is we eat extra items like your packed items. For example, bread, your biscuits, your pickle, your papad. These kind of items which are packed have got sodium is large quantities, because sodium is a preservative, and this preservative helps the item should be increase their shelf life, right? So take care of the packed items. And second is sugar. Sugar again is refined sugar, which we all know is not good for health. If you want to have some sweet, you can use moderation. In moderation again, jaggery. Jaggery is made of cane sugar. Some jaggeries are made of palm trees. So those kind of stuff, jaggery is good. But then sugar, refined sugar, is a no-no. Third is white flour. White flour is nothing but what we call as maida. If you go to a bakery, most of the items are made by from maida, like your bread, your naan katai, your khali biscuit, your normal biscuit, etc. Everything is all maida oriented. Now, what is maida? Is basically from the wheat. The wheat has got good fiber, etc. The wheat end product, which is like powder, which has got no nutrition value, that is maida, which is very cheap also, and which will harm the. So these things we have to be very careful. Milk and its products. When I say milk, it's milk and its products. Milk and its products is what? Basically milk, lassi, your butter, your cheese, etc. Now, milk is basically for the calf of a cow, right? Now, why does our mother's milk stop in 2 years? Because the kid doesn't require milk after 2 years. It requires milk. The kid requires milk till 2 years. After 2 years, production stops because nature says that after that 2 years, the milk is not required for a human being. What happens is we are like extra intelligent. So we go to the cows and the milk which is for the calf of the cow, we snatch it and remove the milk and you drink it and give it to our children also. Fair enough, it has got calcium and stuff like that, protein, everything. Fair enough. But then we have got protein of in other products like dal, and we got calcium in, for example, in palak also. So we don't need to be so over dependent on milk, because if you have excess milk products, you will become like a cow. Like when I say cow, overweight. So we have to be very careful in consuming milk products. Rice, again, rice is decent enough to eat, but what happens is the volume of it's the quantum of rice what we consume. You go to any restaurant, you eat a small thali, right? In the thali, rice ka quantity, how much is, they've given a small idli shape of rice, right? A small vatika idli quantum of rice they'll give. That is the quantum of rice we need to consume every day. What we end up doing is we'll make a heap of rice in the lunchtime, heap of rice in the dinner time. Morning also will be some rice product like dosa. Evening also we'll have some ada and whatever, bit of rice. Sweet also bit of rice. So excess rice is the killer in terms of weight management. So we need to be aware of that. Next slide talks about acidity. Now, acidity is a very common issue which most people face now, but it's very easy to address it. It's basically happens because of erratic eating habits and eating timing, rather, the timing of eating. Now, what is acidity? Now, there's an acid called hydrochloric acid which is in the stomach, right? Now, this function of this acid, hydrochloric acid, is basically to kill the bacteria in the food that we consume, right? Now, every food that enters the stomach, this acid is on the layers of the stomach and it will kill the bacteria of the food. Now, what happens is, the problem happens when the stomach is empty. Now, when the stomach is empty, suppose you eat at 9 in the night and then after you have a 24 hours break or at 15 hours break, the stomach is empty. When the stomach is empty, you don't eat at regular intervals, suppose, and then this acid on the wall, it will start pricking the wall of the stomach. When it starts pricking the wall of the stomach, that causes the burning sensation, and that is the acidity which we're talking about, right? If you're eating regularly, if the food is there all throughout on the layers of the walls of the stomach, nothing will happen. So the idea is to kill acidity is to have regular eating. When I say regular, don't overeat, but you have regular time. Like for example, 8 o'clock breakfast khali liya, 12:30 have your lunch, 4:30 have your snacks, 8:30 have your dinner, 11 o'clock sleep. So every 4 hours you eat, acidity can be taken care of. Next slide, annual checkup. Now it's extremely important for every one of us to ensure that you and your family members have an annual checkup. Just keep on fixed date. For example, New Year ho gaya, first week of January, go for an annual checkup for all the family members. When I say annual checkup, no need to do full body test, I would say. Just do your basic test, like for example BP, your sugar test, your lipid profile, your CBC. CBC is complete blood count, and your liver profile. So this basic test if you do, and if there is any issue in that, then you go for further test. If there is no issue in this, fair enough. This C5 test is good enough for you to start with, right? Next is the myths. Now, what are the myths? Some people say if you eat non-vegetarian food, non-veg food, you'll become overweight, and they say that being overweight is hereditary. A person who drinks also has got more weight. You are what you eat and you are what you consume, right? So, person eating non-vegetarian food, there's a myth saying that it's overweight. can become overweight, because otherwise how can you justify a person who is a Brahmin or a Gujarati who are also overweight, right? So they right food also can put on weight. So non-veg got nothing to do with, you should have reasonable and moderation. In moderation, nothing happens. Non-veg is not so weight inducing, is the volume what you eat. And then being overweight is hereditary. No, you nothing is hereditary here. Basically you are what you eat and you are what you consume. And some people say I'm born ugly and stuff like that. See, nature, universe is so beautiful. God has created every person is good looking and beautiful. The problem happens is sometimes you don't take care of yourself. That's why a person will look ugly. That's one more concept I discussed. Fundamentals, and next fundamentals is the breakfast is the most important meal of the day. As I said, suppose you had your last meal at 9 p.m. on the previous day, and then you have your breakfast, say for example at 9. So that's almost 12 hours. So therefore eating breakfast, because you're fasting the whole night. In the night you have your dinner. Full night you're sleeping for 8 to 10 hours. Then you're getting up and getting ready. So 10 to 12 hours your food, there's no food in the stomach. So you're fasting basically. And then to break the fast. That's why it's called breakfast. You break the fast in the morning by having a good meal. Right? It's a very important meal of the day. And then you eat every 4 hours as I discussed. Suppose you have your breakfast at 9, then you have your food at 1 o'clock, lunch. Again 5 o'clock, very important to have a small snack at 5 o'clock. Healthy snack, not vada pav, shada pav. And then you have your dinner, early dinner, as early as possible. Right? It's around 7:38 or whatever. And then you sleep after 3 hours, like 10:30, 11 o'clock. Your tummy is sorted. And extremely important again is to have 8 to 12 glasses of water. Yes, even if it is winter time, sometimes people forget to keep one bottle of water next to your desk when you're working. Keep a bottle of water when you're at home and you're next to your bed. So, inculcate this habit of drinking 8 to 10 or 12 glasses of water per day. Yes. So that's about it. These are the slides that we discussed, and we discussed the basic fundamentals of and once you have these concepts right, you won't go wrong. Have this concept right, try to devise a plan of your own, try to be mentally ready, have a target of, as I said, the ideal weight, what you are weighing now and what is the ideal weight, see the difference, and have suppose you are 10 kgs overweight, I have to knock off the 10 kgs in the next 6-8 months. Have a plan, and then you'll be successful. I'm sure this I hope this session has been good. I'll be there to take all your calls, and thank you for having me here. I'm very happy to address you, and you take care. It's a pandemic situation still going on. Take care, wear your mask, do social distancing, and wash your hands every hour or so, and God bless you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I would now like to introduce you to Habiba Kudrati. Habiba Kudrati is a counseling psychologist. She has been in this profession for the last more than a decade. She handles people's problems. People who are stressed go to her. She makes life very simple for them. She takes decisions for them, soothes their life, and they, after having met her, leave with a very happy feeling and attitude. Habiba Kudrati has done a course in school counseling, a PG in school counseling. Children come from various backgrounds. There could be trifles at home, issues at home. This disturbs the child. He then comes to school. In school, he could have stress with other children too. He has stress with the teachers too. This relationship with other children, with the teachers, disturbs the child. And the overboard education system, the stress of studying also, thus leaving the child very stressed out. This Habiba Kudrati makes it very simple for the child by counseling the child, by making the child understand so many things, and making the school a better place for the child to be in. She has undergone a course in parents counseling too. Parents face a lot of issues handling the 21st century children. These children are exposed to various vices. It could be drugs, smokes, alcohol. Thus, parents lose their patience with their children. This takes a toll over the child. Parents are here taught how to be loved and show a lot of affection towards their child, how to be patient. She counsels parents to handle their children very lovingly, emotionally, and with a lot of patience. Thus, the stress at home is also reduced, and you have lovely children in the near future. Children having studied, then comes a time when they have to decide about their careers. They are very early in life exposed to deciding and choosing about their careers, especially after 12th standard, where they are not even aware of what they are capable of doing. Here, she takes this situation to train them, guide them, examine them, interview them, and then decide for them what is best for them. Accordingly, they choose their careers. Thus, workplace becomes a very good place for them. They are happy in their workplace because they've chosen the career of their choice. The next fall in life is at your workplace. People spend a lot of time at their workplace. She handles workplace relationship. Colleagues to colleague, colleagues with boss. There could be stress and tension in your workplace too. Because the overload of work, there could be stress that the employee goes through. Relationships with the employer. All this brings a toll again on the person. So here, she tries to understand and makes workplace relationship very simple and nice, so that the person is very happy to go to work the next day morning. He wants to work, he becomes more productive, and then there's a very beautiful ambience in the workplace. After having got his job, settled in his career, the person decides to get married. This is another setback in life with the amount of divorces increasing. It's not every day that you have very compatible relationship between husband and wife. Marriage is a gamble, but she doesn't think so. She thinks like every person, relationship between husband and wife can be smoothened out, can be sorted. She takes a lot of efforts trying to put them together. Marriage is built up with a lot of emotions, a lot of trust between husband and wife. She's an excellent marriage counselor. She's an sex educator too. Habiba Kudrati is a wonderful person who's been endowed with all these attributes in her. Let us enjoy her lecture. Happy hearing. Thank you.
Hello
Thoda
everyone.
idhar.
Wish you a very, very happy Women's Day. Women, when I talk about women and I talk about empowerment of women, today I want to talk to you about one basic thing which I feel which is very, very important for every woman to look after. We are in this rush, always neglecting our health, whether it be anything, So if I think so, somewhere down the line, we have been trained, we have been conditioned that looking after others is your responsibility, isn't it? So we always think that we need to look after people. We always think that this is something which is not a choice. It's my duty. It's my responsibility. It's my strength that I'm able to look after people. That's where I also believe that fine, that's your strength. That's something which we all need to do. But tell me something. If we can't look after ourselves, do you really think we can look after anybody else? And in this rush to please others, in this rush to look after others, we are neglecting our very own self. That self who gives us the power, the strength to do what we can do. So let's explain this in a simpler term with you. Let's explain this in the fact that okay, fine, I have come to you. Okay, I know you, you know me. I've come to you and I've told you that hey, listen, I need some money. Can you help me? You have 100 rupees in your pocket. Tell me, how much will you be able to give me? Tell me. So what would it be? Either you would give me a 1 rupee or you would give me all 100 rupees, right? Can you give me something more than 100? You can't, because you only have 100. Similarly, if you are not healthy within, how are you going to look after anybody else? So your health is very, very important. And today I'm not only going to talk to you about physical health. I am not talking about physical health. I'm talking about one health which looks after your physical health. Yes, and your mental health. Your mental health is something which we not only as women, I think so, all individuals, we often neglect that mental health, because one of the reasons why we neglect mental health is that mental health does not give us any pain, any physical pain. It cannot be seen. So, for example, if I have fever, if somebody touches me, I know that I'm warm. Okay, so I know I have fever. If I have a cold, I'm constantly sneezing, so I know that I have a cold. If I've cut my hand, there is blood oozing out and there is a bandage which I can see. But with mental health, we don't see anything. The repercussions of your mental health being affected is not seen, because that's not something which I can immediately physically display. Of course, it is seen. It's seen in the way you interact. It's seen in the way you handle situations. There can be various ways in which we see it, but it can't be physically seen. So what is physically not seen is said, okay, fine, I don't need to think about it, just let it go, right? That's where I think that our mental health is really very important. In this whole thing about the whole functioning of us, let's say, the functioning of a woman, looking after every single aspect, because women are multitaskers, and we need to take utmost pride that yes, we can handle so many things together. So in that way, don't you think that you need to look after your mental health? Absolutely, there is no choice about it, on a priority basis. So let's see something. The first aspect of mental health, okay, is awareness. Awareness that I am feeling something, emotions, I feel something. We are generally, one thing which keeps us always wanting to make a move, and that is to be happy, isn't it? We all want to be happy. Is there any person out here who says, no, I don't want to be happy? No, I want to be happy. But with women, there is a little twist on this. My happiness depends on how I keep others happy, right? So if my husband is happy with me, I'm happy. If my children are happy with me, I'm happy. If my parents are happy with me, I'm happy. So my happiness depends on somebody else's happiness. Really? Do you think it's a really good idea that our happiness is dependent on somebody else? No. And we constantly then battle on the happiness aspect, and by the end of the day, when we slouch back and we think and we say, what have I done? What have I done today? Of course, you'll have 100 answers. Now ask yourself, what have I done for myself today? What have you done? We always want to be happy, but how much time are we really spending on being happy is a reality check that we probably want to give. And happiness is not what makes others happy. Happiness is what I do for myself. What is that one thing I do for myself? I think so. We all learn it the hard way. So probably when I learned it the hard way, I always let's start with a basic thing. With the kitchen, I'll tell you. We generally cook. Okay, women like cooking, so I've seen myself cook, and every day when we are sitting and when we're planning a menu, we keep in mind, that. So I keep in mind. I used to keep in mind. Will my kids eat this? Will my husband like this? And whatever. And one day, while the same way when I slouch back in the end and I think about it and I ask myself that means मुझे नहीं खाना था ये, but नहीं, हमने तो किया सबके लिए. Have you ever thought that I don't like this? What am I going to cook for myself and make for myself? Have you ever gone out of your way that I don't like this, but the entire family likes it, but I'm going to make for myself this and I'm going to give myself this treat and enjoy it? Even if we have to go out, I used to ask the kids, where you all want to go? What do you all want to do? Let them also understand that mom wants to go somewhere today, let's go where she wants to go. isn't it? This is something which we keep on neglecting, and these are small, small things. If we start doing for ourselves, trust me, we are going to be very happy. Now, why do we need to do things for ourselves? Let's answer this another question. Tell me that one person who's going to be with you till you die. Guarantee, okay? Guys, guarantee means you're 100% sure that this person is going to be with us till we die. Who's that person? Think. Who? Your husband, your children. Guarantee means you will die before them. We've become God. We'll say that no, no, मेरे मरने से पहले, इनके मरने से पहले तो मैं ही मर जाऊंगी. There's one person who's going to be with you till the end, and that is yourself. That self inside you, who's going to be with you till you die. And what are we doing for that one person? Who's going to stand by you like a rock, giving you all these strength when you're ill, when you're struggling. That powerhouse is within you. And what are we doing? Are we refilling that powerhouse, or we are just constantly using it? एक दिन आएगा जब battery completely used up. Then what? Saying now I can't help you. No, there's nothing that I can do. And crash. And then we crash. How about adding to that powerhouse, refueling that powerhouse every single day by doing something for ourselves? Yes? So, do one quick thing. Go, pause this video, go to the mirror, look into yourself, look into your eyes, and give yourself a compliment. That's another thing. We dress up and we wait for somebody to tell us, hey, you're looking pretty. Don't we do that? Let's make a change. So what I do is that it's now become my routine, okay? And it might sound as crazy as it can, but this is how my routine goes. That when I get up in the morning, I dress, and then when I go to the mirror, and when I'm looking at myself, I tell myself, hey Habiba, you're looking great. So what happens when I've told that? My inner self has got fueled up. Wow, she thinks I'm looking great, okay? Now, if somebody else tells me that, hey Habiba, you're looking great, I'm gonna say, hey, thanks, because I know I'm looking great. If somebody tells me, hey, how are you dressed up? You look atrocious. I said, really? I think I don't go with it. What makes you think so? Right? And I'm not going to constantly wait. Oh, nobody told me I'm looking good. Nobody's commenting on my dress. Is it really nice? No, it doesn't matter. If somebody does it, then again my energy fuel is also fueled more. It's like, Sone pe suhaga types. Wow, somebody else also told me, but apart from that, it's not. Means that inner self is not ready to take validation from someone else till you have not given them the validation. Okay, so that is the power of our inner self, and that is where you need to constantly do something from them. You need to constantly try to make them happy. You need to constantly tell them that, hey, I love you, I need you, I know we are together, we are a team. And the moment you do that, you see that your energies around you will start changing, isn't it? So this is how we look after ourselves. This is how, when we do these small things for ourselves, it gives us a lot of insight to what we are. Okay, well, this is one small sneak through about how you can look after yourself. It's just a small thing. The other part which I would want to talk to you all about, especially women. I was just reading something a few days ago, and I just came across this thing, that why do women always feel they are the sacrificers? They are the ones who need to sacrifice. There is a lot that comes from history. We've seen our grandmoms, we've seen our moms, we've seen every woman sit and sacrifice. And we started believing that that's the only way we are designed by God, that we need to sacrifice. I'm not saying, guys, that stop sacrificing. I'm not going to tell you that, hey, listen, just stop, just think about yourself, be selfish. Okay, just I'm going to deviate a little from the topic because the word selfish came to my mind right now. Okay, what is the difference between being selfish and self love? A very thin line. There's a very thin line on loving yourself and being selfish. People generally term being selfish, loving yourself as being selfish. You know that, hey, you're so selfish. You just think about yourself. So I will. That very thin line is what? That very thin line is that when you are protecting yourself, when you're protecting yourself from someone else, okay, when you're standing up for yourself to protect yourself, it's called self-love. Okay, when I am protecting myself by harming someone else, it's being selfish. Hope it's clear. Yes. So that thin line we don't need to cross. So we don't have to get self-obsessed. We don't need to get oh my God, we don't need to work in extremes. But loving yourself unconditionally. When I say unconditional love, and I can go on and on with unconditional love, but a small thing about unconditional love would be that accepting myself, accepting my flaws, accepting my strengths, accepting everything about me the way I am, and believing that if there are flaws, I can work on it and I can change them and I can grow. That's self-love. Okay. Getting back to the point wherein I was saying that we've always seen those sacrifices. We've seen our moms making those sacrifices. We've seen our grandparents making those sacrifices. We've seen the religious cultures. In those religious cultures, we've seen the women, the goddess women's making the sacrifices, and we started believing, yes, of course, we need to make those sacrifices. We do we really need to make those sacrifices? Again, by harming ourselves and making those sacrifices, no, we don't do that. That's not something which we need to do, right? So if I need to do something for somebody, how do I realize that I'm harming myself or I am doing it out of my own free wish and will? If I'm stepping out of my comfort zone, wherein a very, very silly example that I can give you is that if suppose I am, somebody wants something from me, okay, my friend wants my favorite dress, and I have emotions attached to that dress and I don't want to give my dress. But I feel, no, I can't say no. I can't be so selfish. Let me give her that dress. You believe in something very strongly. You believe that I want to work. Okay, I just don't want to be a homemaker. I need to work. I need to do something which gives me that kick. Okay. But your husband says, no, I don't think that's something which is allowed in my family. I'm sorry, you need to look after the kids. I don't think it's a very great idea that you're going to be working, and I'm sorry, I'm not giving you that permission to work. And you say, okay, fine, I think so. I need to make that. I need to make my kids. I need to look after my kids. I need to look after my family. And deep inside, that inner self is saying, hey, please, let me work. No, I need to look after my family. I need to look after my kids. That's not where we need to make those sacrifices. I said women are multitaskers, and you can always learn to strike that balance if we can't do that. So that striking that balance is important. I'll share with you my own story. That I got married at at a very early age. So when I got married, I surrendered to the marriage life, the family life. Uh, I I just I got married. I had kids very fast, uh, and I started molding myself into being the perfect wife, the perfect mother, the perfect bahu, the perfect everything. Okay, whichever everything that related to home. And my little girl inside always wanted to be something, always wanted to grow, always wanted to have some purpose in life, right? Now, that little girl was very much happy with the purpose that she had in her life about her children. Okay, so she wanted to bring up her kids. She wanted, so this was me, okay, and I was very happy. The day my children became a little independent, when they grew up a little bit, and I didn't have much to give them, and my inputs to them were very limited, I started feeling that void. That what am I doing? You know? But to step out at this point of time was a challenge. I said, no, I don't think I have that in me anymore. I don't think I can do. I don't know what I'm supposed to do anymore, because I, was into that whole rut of what I was doing, that routine that I was set into. And one day my dad was having a conversation with me, and he just told me one thing. He said, I didn't get you educated that you could sit at home and just do this. You're much beyond this. What about your dreams? Where are they going? You need to give back. I'm not saying you need to go and earn, but you need to give back to the world what it has given you. Well, that was my turning point, and then I got into my profession and XYZ, everything. That is another story altogether. But if we have the capacity, if we have the capability, if we have the vision, the dream, why are we not going out and achieving them? Why do I need somebody else's permission to do that? It's my dream. Can't I make it come true? Don't I have that within me that it can make it come true? Why are we constantly pushing our dreams down by giving lame excuses? Trust me, lame excuses. And just because we don't want to step out of that comfort zone to do something for our own selves, but we are okay to get out of our comfort zone and do it for others. That is not sacrifice, guys. That's not sacrifice. That's exploitation. You're exploiting your inner self who's not retaliating. We need to step down and tell ourselves that, no, I'm going to look after you. I'm going to look after you being happy. Looking after your need. If I feel like crying, I will cry. If I have emotions, if I'm angered, I will show that, but in a way which is acceptable. So I'm not saying you get angry and start throwing things around. No, I'm not getting there. But this is what is mental health. Looking after your inner self is mental health. We look after our body, we look after our skin, we look after everything. But who's going to look after that little inner child of yours, that little person who's there within you? Why are we not looking after them? And that is what Women's Day is all about. You taking that time out and you thinking that, hey, are you happy? You want me to do something for you. You want us to connect in a different way. Am I really adding meaning to you? Do you want to tell me something? I'm all there to listen to you. We are constantly, that inner self of yours is constantly talking with you 24/7, guys. It's talking with you 24/7. So, at times people ask me how 24/7, and I just tell them that while you're dreaming, when you're dreaming, what are dreams? That's something that is what your self is trying to tell you. So when you're talking with yourself, when it's coming up all there, it's constantly talking, but Are we really listening to our inner self? No, we don't. We are so concerned about listening to everyone else that we have stopped listening to her. And when we stop listening to her, is then when the entire we are rotating round circles. So let's do one small exercise, okay, guys? Okay, take both your hands and join them. Okay, when you join them, just see which hand's thumb is over on the top. Okay, so for me, it's my left hand thumb which is on top. Okay, now you need to release it again. Okay, okay. So once more, let's join them. Okay, and just keep it there. Hold it on for a minute. Okay, uh, release it. Now join them again, but this time consciously make an effort that for me my left hand thumb was on top. So now I'm going to make my right hand thumb on top. Okay, so I'm going to join it and I'm going to put my right hand on top. Okay, so my right hand is on top. Now hold it on for some time. Which grip was more comfortable? The first one or the second one? The first one, right? Why was that's how life is. If we look after ourselves, your life is going to be as comfortable as this. And the moment you stop looking after yourself, listening to yourself, doing things for yourself, it's going to be like the second grip. It will be yet a grip, but it will be totally uncomfortable. And we don't deserve that, right? Because we are the superwomen and we are the ones who run the entire household. And if we can run the entire household, we can run anything that is thrown to us. So, for us, we don't need a Women's Day. We don't need a Women's Day to celebrate feminism. We need ourselves. And probably this Women's Day was because, it started off something in 1971, I guess, 1971, 1977. And maybe it was at that point of time because at least one day the women were asked that think, reflect. What are you doing with yourself? Understand that. So today is the day for reflection, guys. Today is the day for you to introspect and say, is it this what I want in my life? What is it that I want in my life? What is it that I need to work on? What is it that I need energies from? Am I fueling myself every single day? Yes, and don't forget that every day we are going to look into the mirror, give ourselves, hey, you're great. Yes. When at a point of time when you are totally upset, stressed, you just want somebody to listen to you, go to that mirror. That mirror is never going to disappoint you. So that mirror is going to look back and say, okay, I understand, I'm going to be with you. I am with you. We'll do it together. You will definitely get that voice. And if you do get that voice, drop me a text, tell me how you felt about this. I can share my number with you, or you could ask anyone in the committee who's organizing. Probably they could give you my number. We can connect at a point of time wherein you can tell me how you feel about it. Of course, more power to women empowerment, more power to us, more power to what we believe in, and more power to our entire being, okay, which is capable of much more than you can think. So girls, go there, dare to dream, and if you don't have the ability, you don't have the skills to make your dreams come true, then go learn and make your dreams come true. One life, we need to make it, we need to rock it, and let's not depend on, when you grew up, to your father, then to your husband, then to your son. Nah, let's do it ourselves, girls. We can, and I know we have it. So how are we going to do it? Look after yourself, inner self, talk to yourself, gain strength from it, make it happy. look after that. And if you look after it, trust me, you can achieve anything, just anything you wish for. Just anything, as I said, right? So hope you have a great Women's Day. And before I sign out, before I go, I would like to thank BMS Vanita Devi, who gave me this platform to talk to you wonderful ladies. And I really wish them a lot of success for the lovely work they're doing on their Diamond Jubilee, and many more years for them to come. Thank you so very much, and all of you all have a super, super great day. Thank you.
So now, having gone through all the 3 lectures, I'm sure you all have enjoyed. I want all our ladies to come forth and make this Vanita Vedi a wonderful place to be in. You all are endowed with so much of talent. Please come here and display your talent, your crafts, so that we can make this a very beautiful place. We have the entire year before us. This is our Diamond Jubilee. Let us make the Diamond Jubilee. We've come a long way for this Diamond Jubilee celebration. Let us make this a very nice place. I want all our lady members to come forth. Please, let us fight the COVID. Take care of your health. But sure, we can make this, even if it's through virtual. Please let us know what best we can do and what best you can do for us. Let us all work together. Take care of your health. Be happy and healthy. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night ahead.